Hello there. Now, have a couple of MPs themselves misled Parliament about the Privileges Committee investigation into Boris Johnson misleading Parliament? If you haven't already done so, please do subscribe and then like and comment below. And why not buy a mug with my mug on it? Now this gets interesting, because what was talked about by MPs in the House of Commons regarding the Privileges Committee investigation into Boris Johnson misleading the House has turned out to be wrong. Does that mean that an MP has misled the House? In their rush to get rid of Boris Johnson, the Remainers and Boris haters amongst the MPs in the House of Commons basically stitched the Prime Minister up with a kangaroo court style of investigation through the Privileges Committee. A committee which, as far as I can tell, is busy sharpening all the political knives it can get hold of. However, as I've said before, the committee will not be out to prove Boris lied, just that he misled Parliament, and however unintentionally or innocently he may have done so, the committee can find him guilty. They do not have to show he lied or did it intentionally, just that he misled the House over something, anything. Now, my argument is that if they do this to Boris Johnson, then all MPs should be held up to the same scrutiny. And MPs now have the chance to do exactly that. Because according to the parliamentary record, Hansard, this is what the Leader of the Opposition, Sir Keir Starmer, said when setting his case out in the House of Commons for Boris to be referred to the Privileges Committee. The motion seeks to defend the simple principle that honesty, integrity, and telling the truth matter in our politics. Now that means lying, not inadvertently misleading the House. Sir Keir Starmer also said he can make his case as his defence that his repeated misleading of Parliament was inadvertent, or that he did not understand the rules that he himself wrote, and his advisers at the heart of Downing Street either did not understand the rules or misled him when they assured him that they were followed at all times, or that he thought he was at a work event, even while the empty bottles piled up. He can make those defences when the time comes. But if the committee is not interested in those defences, then how can Boris defend himself? And here's what Chris Bryant said. Now, Chris Bryant is the chair of both the committees on privileges and standards, and he's recused himself from the Boris investigation, and Harriet Harman has eagerly taken his place for that. Anyway, here's what Chris Bryant said. This is about upholding a simple principle around making sure that ministers speak honestly. So as far as I can see, the Leader of the Opposition and the Chair of the Privileges Committee have told the House of Commons before they voted on the motion that this investigation is all about Boris Johnson's honesty. Further, when Sir William Cash brought the matter up, a reply that Chris Bryant gave him led to Cash saying, "The question rests on knowingly, and I am grateful to the honourable gentleman for making that point clear." To which Bryant answered, "I think the honourable gentleman is agreeing with me, so..." And the Speaker, Sir Lindsay Hoyle, said, "We will leave it at that." But we are now told that the Privileges Committee does not have to factor honesty into their inquiry, with the Independent reporting back in July that Boris could lose his seat because of this inquiry, and that Mr Johnson's defenders have questioned whether he deliberately or knowingly misled Parliament during the Partygate saga. But the committee made clear that such commentary is not relevant. And that comes after all the talk by Starmer and Bryant about the inquiry being all about honesty when it isn't. Does that mean then that Sir Keir Starmer and Chris Bryant misled the House, however inadvertently, and further that even Sir Lindsay Hoyle, the Speaker, might himself be in the frame. And as this directly impacts on the inquiry they set up into the Prime Minister, then should there not be an inquiry into their behaviour and for them to be held to the same standard as Boris is to be subjected to? Personally, I think there is a very strong case for that.